and welcome to another video, and I'm super excited because this one is not going to be about books. This is going to be about coloring books. Well, still books, but not exactly books. Anyway, it's been a while since I've done any videos related to art journaling or coloring or any sort of art. I'm not a very artsy person, I don't have that many coloring videos on this channel, but I do want to make more of those, and I got really into coloring books about a year or maybe even 2 years ago, and I have acquired quite a few books in my collection, so this time I decided to finally share them with you because I don't think I've ever showed all of my coloring books on this channel, so let's just get on with it. And the first one that I have here is Escape to Shakespeare World, and this is a coloring book adventure. It's supposed to have quotes and also coloring pages from various Shakespeare plays, and it's very whimsical. I have not started this one. I got it from Big Outlet, I believe. And the only thing which I do not really like is that the color of the paper, and like this paper is more yellowish and it's like really yellow, at least for my taste, but hopefully one day I'll get to it. It is by Puffin Classics, and what I like about it is that it doesn't have that many small details, but yeah, I need to get to this one. Next, I have a coloring book that I also got for myself from Indigo, and this is A Million Bears, Beautiful Bears to Color by Lulu Mayo, and I freaking love these berries. I have already started coloring this book, so as you can see here, these ones I'm coloring with watercolor pencils, and I color them and then go over with them with water. So they're all super bright, and yeah, I'm not that far in, but it's super fun. And I like the idea because there's kind of small details. You can just go over them with pencil, which is much easier, and just then activate it with water and you have a watercolor effect. Next, I have an official coloring book for Choo, and this is a crazy graphic novel or comic series that finished quite recently, and I really liked it. And this is the official coloring book, so it's pretty big. I would say it's A4, maybe even A3 in size, probably A3. And every page is detachable, so you can actually take it out and color it, because otherwise the binding, as you can see, you have to break the spine to get them out. And I have not started this one, but I think that it will be so much fun. I just need to use either really bright markers to color, or like, it's crazy. I mean, the comics is crazy, but look at this. Yeah, freaking crazy. So I will definitely get to this at some point. Not sure when, but I want to kind of replicate these vivid colors, and I'm even tempted, since I recently got myself a couple of alcohol-based markers, I'm actually tempted to get more alcohol-based markers in different colors, because the ones that I have are only in blue shades of blue rather, so I'm looking forward to trying those out. The paper is not very thick, but since there is no other images on the other side, you might as well take one page out, fully color it, and just keep it as it is. Next, I have another official coloring book, and this one is Red Queen by Victoria Aveyard. Obviously, it is a companion to Victoria Aveyard series, and I got it. I was kind of on the fence, because the thing which I do not like is coloring people, and there are a lot of people in this book. However, I wanted to see the images from the series, and there are also some quotes that I think will be quite fun to color. Have not started this one as well, but I think I might. I don't think you can actually, no, the pages are detachable, which is great. So you can actually take them out one by one and color them separately. I also think that, I don't know if you can see, but this person looks a lot like Benedict Cumberbatch. I don't know what artist was thinking, but it's kind of fun. Anyway, so I'm looking forward to coloring this one. What I plan to do later in this year, I have not read book number 3 in the series, The King's Cage. I need to catch up with the series, and I wanted to reread book 1 and 2, so maybe I can do that while listening to them on audio and color this book. Speaking of Benedict Cumberbatch, I have this Sherlock coloring book. This is an official Sherlock coloring book by BBC, and it has a lot of images from Sherlock, different images from the TV show. I got it because, yeah, look, there are even ones from the 2nd season, and I absolutely love the TV show. I admit that for me, having this coloring book is just part of me being a fangirl and the fan of the TV show and the actors, because I will be freaking intimidated to color someone, like a person, like a real person. So, not sure I will do that, but I'm just happy that I have it. Next, I have a coloring book which is called Morphia by Kirby Razanes, and I recently followed him on Instagram, and his art is just freaking amazing. I got this book more like an inspiration because it has absolutely freaking art. There are a lot of small details, something that I'm okay to color small details, but it just, I need to be in the mood for it. But just look how freaking amazing this art is. Just look at this. I hope you can see it because it's just, oh, I love it. And I'm really enjoying his Instagram and his stories. So one day I'll get to it. I'm just not really sure what is the best medium to color this book. Probably pencils. I don't think I can do watercolors with such small details, or maybe pens, but we're not talking about the instruments, we're not talking about tools of coloring, we're just talking about coloring books, and I love this one. Next, I have Lost Ocean by Johanna Basford, and she's probably one of the most famous people, and I have a feeling as if she was the one who started this whole thing with adult coloring books. And I believe this was the very first coloring book that I got over a year ago, and I absolutely love it. I didn't really progress that much. I started with one medium, like I started with one type of pencils, then I continued with a different type. I started trying out different type of pens, gel pens, fine liners, and there are a lot of pages which are still kind of in progress, but I'm really enjoying it. And these ones are probably, like, this fish is the one that I'm most proud of because I did all the coloring. I'm trying to see what I'm showing you guys, and I did all the coloring with new pencils that I got, and absolutely loved it. So yeah, there are a lot of small details in this book, and you need either to have very sharp pencils or fine liners, because otherwise just, I mean, just look at that. So yeah, I need to get back to coloring this one because I really enjoy it, and I like the fact that the paper is really white. Unlike Lost Ocean, the Enchanted Forest is unfortunately very yellow, and I did start to color it with markers, and it's not going that badly. However, I had to get more markers because I didn't have enough colors, and then I got kind of stuck because I started this page and that page, and I was just like going really slow. One of the reasons, like, I started just coloring here for a bit, one of the reasons is because I don't like the paper itself. Even though, like, look at this one turned out pretty well, but I just don't like the paper. So yeah, I haven't colored this one in a while. This one I tried with some gel pens, but unfortunately they were leaving traces on the other page, which I do not like. But it's one of those, another one of classics, and there are some that I really like and looking forward to coloring. I especially like forests and castles, these ones, yeah. So I need to get back to this one as well. I just think that ever since I got this coloring book, my collection of pens and markers has increased, so hopefully I'll find more pens to color it with. Next, I have a coloring book which I got because it was on sale, although to be honest I have my doubts how I'm going to color it, because it has even smaller details than Johanna's book, and this one is Atlantis. So it is very beautiful and the images are really whimsical. However, the details here, like look at it's tiny. It's so tiny. I'll probably lose all of my sight trying to color this. But oh my god, look at those seahorses. Like freaking beautiful. Yeah, kind of on the fence about this one, but we'll see. If I get more fine liners, I might actually try and tackle this one. I have another coloring book that my friend got me, and this is the Enchanted World, and it's the only one which is actually in hardcover, which is very funny. Look at this. It also has a lot of small details, and this is by, I believe, Russian. Yeah, her name is, I cannot even read last name. Okay, her first name is Ekaterina. Okay, this is, I'm failing at reading. Okay, never mind. Yeah, so it has a lot of whimsical and fantastic creatures as well. Like, for example, look at this dragonfly. The style of drawing is very different here. Some pictures are pretty big, some are kind of small, but oh, I love this octopus. I freaking love octopus. And the last but definitely not least is the coloring book that I'm currently coloring, and this is Alice in Wonderland. And this one is by Fabiana Antanasio, and I love it. So I started coloring it with watercolors, not just like pencils, but actual watercolors. This page is not finished yet, but the one initially I started this first page with pencils, but it didn't go well, so I switched to watercolors, and it took me a while to finish it, but I did. And another one which I completely finished, and this was actually my first one. Absolutely love this page. Yeah, it's all done with watercolors, and I haven't started any other pages yet because I'm just going page by page and I'm skipping pages to let it all dry. Obviously, since this paper is not a watercolor paper, it does warp, but I don't really care. I mean, you press it back together and it's pretty much okay. So I go into different stages, so it takes a while to color one spread, since you need to let it dry. Like for example here, there are a lot of small details. You need to let it dry, then kind of go over it. And I did some mistakes here and there, but it's okay because it's just a process. And I love the fact that it's Alice in Wonderland and I can go and do as crazy with colors as I want. So I'm really loving it. That's my favorite at the moment. Well, these are all the coloring books that I have. I do use watercolors and fine liners and markers and also color pencils to color, so I kind of go all over the place with my utensils, so to say. And I think my favorite medium right now is watercolors. I find they're the most versatile because you can mix the colors and do whatever you want. I also bought a very nice brush at Michael's recently, so it does help with coloring. And that's pretty much it. I don't have fancy watercolors. I got them from Amazon like a year ago. They're very cheap. I believe it's a German brand. They're not even nice watercolors, but I still manage with them. And I do have a lot of pencils and probably will do like a coloring pencils and etc., like my stuff that I used to color with, and probably another video. Let me know down below which coloring books you have and what utensils or what pencils or colors you use to color. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you very soon. Bye! Yes, I have a lot of coloring books. Do not judge me. Ugh. Some of them were actually gifts.